Yeah. Uh. Yeah, I like that. Look, get up on my face with the bullshit. I don't wanna hear about your new chick. Where you been at? Who you cool with? Cool it. That ain't my business. Why you always tripping? Say it's not you. Well, who the hell is it? Falling all over the place and all that makeup over your face won't cover up all your mistakes. She don't give a damn. It's 20 in the pocket and her friends are going out and she'll be damned if she just watching it. Take a picture, then she post it to a story. Felt cute, might delete it in the morning. Damn, and I be blocked before you know it. She blacking out at night, the only proof is what she posting. And every weekend at the same damn time. Before you know it, she'll be blowing my line. Telling me she hate me, she already replaced me. And damn, I thought that was the end, but that was just a pregame. Headed to the weekend, headed off the deep end. Do we sink or swim? Do we sink or swim? That was just a pregame. Headed to the weekend, headed off the deep end. Do we sink or swim? Do we sink or swim? Please don't call my phone no more. I don't care what you need. Orange juice and tequila, only chase you see from me. Do we sink or swim? 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 Look, we on the snap like shout out to my exes. Before you know it, I'll be sending drunk texts. The liquor talking and the drinks are steady pouring. And everything I say, I'm gonna regret it in the morning. Damn, I do this every single time. Blowing up a line, I just hope she hit the climb. But she telling me she hates me, she already replaced me. And damn, I thought that was the end, but that was just a pregame. Headed to the weekend, headed off the deep end. Do we sink or swim? Do we sink or swim? That was just a pregame, headed to the weekend, headed off the deep end. Do we sink or swim? Do we sink or swim?
Hey, that was C Nova right there. Sink or Swim. It's a dope song. Gratitude for sending that in. C Nova. It's a Minnesota artist right here in the great state of Minnesota. Peace, y'all. Welcome. Gratitude for being here. Joyful Monday to all of you. Appreciate love, y'all. It's nice to see your beautiful faces. Um, just doing a little check-in, we usually do the juice at this time, but I don't know, this isn't really the juice, I guess, so to speak. So just more of a me going live and chatting situation. And I feel like let's see, how do I say this? I feel like there's a must that I obviously address some of the things that have been going on in my state, but I don't want to stay there because I feel like there's so much more other things that we can focus on, and focusing on uh, finding resolution, change, instead of just focusing on what we see, because we see that. And so I guess I don't have a whole lot to say about the situation because I wasn't there to see anything. I haven't been at any of these protests. I haven't attended any social meetings, so I'm not really educated to speak on anything. But I will say that the greater the display in public and the greater the draw of the masses' attention to one specific situation, um, two things is happening. Number one, an energy harvest. And number two, um, it's a distraction from something. And also, if we really take a look at what we're seeing right now, see, I'm on the outside looking in, so I have a different perspective than people who are in the seat of it and involved in it, and their emotions are involved in it, because I'm not. boots on the ground. So it's very different perspective when you're looking at it from the outside as opposed to boots on the ground. Now, don't get me wrong, some people will still find a way to engage their emotions in any situation. However, if you choose not to engage your emotions in it and just see what's happening, um, it is very clear, at least to myself, and I'm sure there's other people as well, that this is a situation where things are being people are being taunted. Um, we saw this before. And not too long ago, if you recall, we had another very historical murder happen at the hands of uniformed human beings, if they are. And there was a similar there was a similar happening, and in a lot of ways, if you look at them, they're very much mirroring each other in a lot of ways, and showing us that the first round was, like cosplay and study, research, research, and what dress rehearsal, yeah. And now they've been dress rehearsaling all over the United States, in different ways. And we see another dress rehearsal before us. I don't know when the dress rehearsals become real, and the switch gets flipped. I don't know when that happens. And so I guess we have to take these dress rehearsals seriously. And uh, people have to prepare themselves in whatever ways they feel is right for them and their loved ones, whether that be, being in the middle of it, or whether that be finding solutions from the outside of it, or whether that be taking your loved ones and leaving the state, leaving the country, leaving the fucking planet at this point. It feels like at this point you basically have to fucking leave the planet. I don't know what spaces are left that are just, untainted by the fuckery of humans, and humans who have just this greed for power. I don't know, it's strange to me. But what I do know is that for us to, as you know humans, like, we're out here like regular human beings. We have, families, and kids that are in school and jobs, and we go to the grocery store, and try to enjoy things in life. We're just like regular ass people. Peace, goddess. Good to see you, Kim. Love you. And you know we're just out here trying to like figure out life, and it's not what was I saying? I was about to say something, and I hate when I lose my train of thought. It must mean that I wasn't supposed to say whatever I was going to say. Otherwise, it'll come back to me. Just let me sip my water, y'all. Let me just sip my water. This message is brought to you by Lucid Made It. Look, Lucid Made It for all your video and graphic needs. Also by default, photography. That's just how that works. Actually, I started off as a photographer back in high school, back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Um, but I did start off as a photographer in high school, actually. when I was in high school, though, when I was your age, when I was in high school, there was still a such thing as digital cameras did not. I mean, they may have existed, but if they did, they were like elite status. You were like, I don't know, a Hollywood fucking filmmaker or something to have a digital camera. I would think at this time. I don't know that it even really existed or did at all. Definitely didn't in the average household. That's for certain. So we had film. So I learned my first camera moves and tricks were on film, and I learned how to develop my pictures in a dark room, which was really dope. I'm not gonna lie. Looking back on that now, I love the fact that I got to experience that. And I think it would be really fucking cool to do that shit again and like have my own dark room in my house. I think that would be such a cool thing to do. I'm very much a person who loves like classic, old school, original type shit. So like when it comes down to like art, I would love to have like a pottery wheel and not an electric one, like one of those ones that you pump with your foot. Like I want to learn, I desire to learn how to spin like thread, like I desire to learn that. And it's really cool because I've seen a couple of videos recently. They just popped up on my feed at random, which I thought was kind of neat. Um, and it is such a cool ass process. Like people who can do that really just I saw this chick, she had this little contraption that was like, y'all, I'm not even joking you. It was like this big, right? It was no bigger, it was no bigger than this crystal here. It was some kind of thing. I couldn't even really tell you what it was exactly shaped like, but it was some kind of thing to where she put her what she was making thread out of, which would be obviously some type of fiber or some type of hair, which I guess we could say that's a fiber, right? So or fur. Anyways, so she takes her fibrous substance and she like starts this little thing, right? She starts this little like point on it, I guess, and she sticks it on this thing and then she spins the thing, right? And it starts just like dangling and spinning and she's over here like she's sitting like at the DM fucking V, y'all. What? To me, that shit's cool as fuck. Like I aspire to be a cool motherfucker like that. And don't get me wrong, like I am a cool motherfucker too. I do cool ass shit too. It's just I'm one of those people like I love to learn and I want to do like all the things. That's my healthy trait. I want to do all the things. I want to learn everything. I would love to learn to speak every language. I desire to learn so many things. Yeah, I love to learn. I'm just like this sponge. I love to absorb information and knowledge and yeah. So, anyways, we're just students of life forever. And I think that's an amazing thing. I know I aspire to be a student of life forever. Another thing that I love being an old school classic, like I love making things from scratch. Like I love cooking from scratch. Like I aspire to have things like old school cranking like pasta thing because right now I roll my pasta out myself and I don't even have a rolling pin, not even gonna lie. I have one of those giant Voss bottles that's like the big Voss bottles, not the like regular size ones, but like the big ones. It's like this big around. I use that as a rolling pin. It's actually really dope for two reasons. Number one, it's a Voss bottle, so I mean hello, I'm super unique, right? And whimsical and shit. So, second of all, if you would like to, you could put liquid inside of it. And sometimes that's beneficial. Like, por ejemplo, if you are making a pie crust, it is in your best interest to keep that pie crust as cold as possible. You get the flakiest, most like delicate crust. The 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 colder it stays while you're rolling it out. For whatever reason, it has something to do with how it incorporates the butter in there and the flour. I don't know the scientific logistics about it, y'all. Please don't quote me. Like, I don't know. Go ask somebody who actually knows the logistics of that. But I do know that you want to keep that shit cold as fuck. So you could put ice water into it. You know what I'm saying? So that you'd have some cold ass water in there. So when you're rolling it out, because sometimes when you're rolling out dough, it will start to warm up just based off of the, motion of creating friction of rolling, but then also your hands, warming up the thing that you're using to roll with, or even if you have to touch it. So if you have a rolling pin that's cold, you're in there like swimwear. And if you ever wanted to vice versa have your rolling pin be warm for whatever reason that might be beneficial, I don't know of, but somebody out there may, then you could put hot water in them over here. You know what I'm saying? And if you wanted to, you could put some dried beans in there and make a fucking Morocco. Da, 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 ah. Yeah, I think the most important thing in times, well, actually always, because I'm just gonna say this is an always thing. This isn't even just like what we're looking at right now in the world type of times, but all the time we need to love one another, man, support one another, and find your people, because we don't all view the world the same. So find people who are like-minded like you, who see the world similar to you, who have the same ideals and values, and want to live life kind of how you do. And it's time for us to create our communities, man, and really find people that we can depend on, because we're powerful. We're really powerful, and we're extremely powerful when we band together and we stand together. But when we're divided and we're fighting and we're just like nitpicking every little thing and turning this into like, it's so insane how everything turns into a black and white, like, race war, so-called race war, so-called black, so-called white, so-called race war. Because it's like, bro, y'all, eh, they use that tactic. It's so tired and overdone. They use that tactic so much and have been using it for so fucking long. And they've redone it so many times. They flipped it, dipped it, put it in a dress and all types of other shit. And yet still people fall for this shit. Like, still people play into this shit. Still people like, I I know there's other people in this world that know the things that I know, can see the things that I see. It's like, those of you that can, it's like, don't you just really wish you could get other people to really see? Like, I know you got eyeballs, but do you have eyes to see? Because there's a difference between being able to see and being able to see. Can you see? Because if you can see, then you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know. You see the game. Man, that divide and conquer. Fuck, man. And it's like right now, especially, when there's like this heat of this moment where they've got all this shit going on, and it's so clear that they've sent in people to, like, provoke, and same thing they did with, George Floyd. May he rest may his body rest in peace. His soul is out there doing some other shit now, we're eternal, man. We don't, the body goes, but You don't go nowhere. Or well, you go somewhere, but I'm saying you don't cease to exist. Excuse me. Excuse me. Look at confirmation burps. You feel me? Shit. You heard it. Twice. And then and said it. You do not cease to exist. This body, because this body is nature. It's natural. It's earth. It's from earth. It comes from the dirt. That's why we all look like different shades of fucking dirt. Because we're all from nature. We're all bodies. This bodies are from nature. You're not your body. Are you? Or are you? Maybe you are. You might be your body. I guess I can't speak for everyone because some of y'all are your body. There's a lot of motherfuckers that are their body. But they're important too. We need them too. We need them too. We call them NPCs. Back in the day, they would have been CPUs. You know, they play a role. If you've ever seen the movie, They Cloned Tyrone, that movie is um, a really great movie to show you. They gave away a lot of their shit. They told a lot of their shit in that movie, and one of the things that they told us is importance of NPCs, CPUs, if you're a classic, and that is their role in keeping society running the way that um, they would like it to run. So how they want it to look, how they want that area to behave and act and feel and whatnot can be very easily controlled, curved, persuaded, created, synthesized by utilizing NPCs. And I get it, I see it, There's also, NPCs do birth um, sold humans as well. So they do have really great necessity. Peace, Emerald, peace. Gratitude for being here. Exactly. Yes, their role is to keep societies ran under the government's standards by control. Yep. Just keep it looking how they would like it to look. Push agenda, things of that nature. They keep it yeah, I mean, it's really just it's like keeps the simulation alive, so to speak. It makes me wonder because the movies are always telling us some shit without telling us some shit. You know what I mean? Like if you pay attention, you'll see the answers to a lot of things. And so I always wonder like maybe if there's a movie out there that any of y'all have seen that gives these answers, please feel free to put it in the chat because myself, I'd be interested to see it, and if I haven't, and others may as well. But a movie that says, excuse me, what happens, or in what way do we like vanish the NPCs, like, and then all of a sudden it's just the sold humans. We look around and it's like, it reminds me of what would be considered to be like a, what is that called? Where all the people get lifted up. Yeah. I'm blanking out on the name of it. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's a movie out there that tells us because there's movies out there that tell us like, yo, here's the way that you beat them. Here's the way that you get rid of them. If you get rid of the frequency, then you can see things differently. If you get rid of the frequency, you get rid of them. You get rid of the powers that wish they could be. And if you band together, or if you do this or that, something else that I noticed, I put this piece together the other day. So my son and I, we have this DVD player, and we decided to start collecting DVDs. So we've been hitting up thrift stores collecting DVDs lately, right? And so we've been watching like series of things, which actually some of these we already had in our own collection, but anyway, that was what sparked us to go start looking for other movies because I wanted to find the Matrix movies on DVD. And okay, so anyways, we've been watching movies like Divergent and Hunger Games and things of that nature, right? And I noticed a trend in these movies. I noticed that the person who like, how do I say this? Who like, not like, basically I guess like wins the game. The person who always seems to figure everything out and fix everything is a woman. It's a woman. And I just think that's really profound. And it really kind of, well, very much so, not kind of. It actually, in fact, very much holds truth and value to the shifted energy that we are seeing. And I really want people to understand that we are seeing a lot of energy shifting and a lot of panic mode happening on one side because they can't hold on to this forever, and if they do, it's it's just going to cause issues because there has to be a balancing of scales. What they do is very off balance, and energy is shifted and balance shall return. And we're seeing that in the rise and the power of women, in the leadership of women, and women taking back their power and taking back their control over themselves, taking back their sovereignty, taking back their voice. And also not focusing, I guess what the buzzword is decentering men. But what I'm going to say is not focusing their life around other people anymore. Because as women, we're taught from a very, very, very young age, like probably before we're born, that our whole entire existence is essentially to serve and do for other people to the point of our own demise if necessary, you see. And so that's an issue for all of us, not just women, but for everyone, because our true nature in what we are and who we are and our essence is being wasted on the whims of like everyone else. And women actually are very powerful beings, very powerful energy, you know, very powerful energy. And it's not to discredit or say that masculine energy is not also powerful in its own rights, of course. Um, which, if you're truly a, you know, balanced, healed human being, that goes without saying. And unfortunately, our world. We have a lot of people out here who are just running around like fucking trauma soaked toddlers, just I was gonna say throwing fits, but I didn't want anyone to think I was talking about their what they're wearing, because apparently that's what the kids be saying these days. And but really, people do just walk around here like some pissed off toddlers, just yeah, tantrum central. And that comes from a lot of trauma, and that comes from a lot of trauma. I'm not just talking about what what's important to note is that trauma that someone experiences the effects of is not necessarily always trauma that they experienced the situation or the actual event in. This is going to also note to the true, just divine, beautiful essence and power of women. And that is that we carry a trauma, and this isn't just women that carry this, it's humans that carry this because of how we as women carry body parts. And I'm going to explain that in a second. So, as babies, male or female, well, all babies start off female, first of all. So, as babies, um, when we're inside of our mother's womb, that is not the first time that we are being energetically um attacked, bombarded, persuaded, um tainted is a good word. Because that starts earlier on than that. You have to think now scientifically how a woman's body works. And so a woman's body has their eggs in it from before they're born. So a woman is born with as many eggs as she will always have. At least this is what we've always been taught. I mean, unless someone else knows something different than what we've always known. But anyways, so imagine this. Since I'm a woman, I'm going to use myself as an example. Uh I, when I was inside my mom's stomach, had all of my eggs, right? So think about that now. That means that my mom, when she was inside her mom's stomach, had all of her eggs. And who was going to be part of one of those eggs one day? Me, right? But go back even further, because my grandma, when she was inside her mom's stomach, she had all of her eggs. Do you see how far back this starts to go, that you were affected? Because if my grandma had all of her eggs inside my great grandma's stomach, that means that the egg that created my grandma was inside her already, inside her grandma, inside her mother, right? Inside her mother, inside her grandma. Okay. So then from there, boom, so the egg that created my grandma was inside her great grandma, or inside her grandma. I'm confusing my motherfucking self, even though I know what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Now that means that the egg that created my grandma was already inside, right? That means that it was being affected then too. So if that egg was being affected, then she's gonna carry all those generations back of trauma. But how far back does it go? Because when does it really stop? Think about that. Truly think about that. If we really consider, we can probably go back pretty much almost forever, that we could be carrying trauma from generations before us and carrying energetic weight and energetic trauma. I don't know how else to say it other than that. I mean, there's other words that could be used, but that's what it is. It's energetic baggage that we're carrying around from generation upon generation upon generation, all the way down into, like, even I have a daughter, and even my sons. Okay, so any children that you have as a woman, it doesn't matter. The egg is still there. It's just that the son wouldn't carry it down in his in his eggs because he doesn't have eggs, but his sperm replenish so often that that's not the same thing. It doesn't have the same longevity. It doesn't have the same buildup. It doesn't have the same. So really, your mother can pass down a lot of trauma from her side of the family, and anything that was endured on that side of the family. Also, the mother is the bloodline, bro, because what did I just explain to you? Like it goes all the way back. Women are the creator, the ones carrying and create, housing and growing the human being inside of them. And they're the ones whose eggs go back, 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 and can be literally traced through lineage. I fucking shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. we're like the only we're like the only all this like patriarchal shit is new. Like this isn't this hasn't been around since the dawn of time. Like, previous um civilizations, all previous civilizations before modern time uh believed, well, knew the divine power of feminine energy and women, and it's just wild to me. But we can see how this modern time has become. It's quite volatile and destructive, and that's very much off balance. So anyway, yeah. Oh, back to the thing about, remember I said I like old fashioned stuff. You know what I really desire to have and aspire to have? One of those old school wash tubs. Have y'all ever seen those? They're like wooden wash tub, and it has the excuse me, it has the washing board, like the scrubby washing board thing. And then it has a wringer on it that you hand crank, and it wrings the clothes out. Like that right there. I guarantee you, I know people's clothes used to be way cleaner than our clothes get. Like I get so frustrated sometimes with washers. Like, I'll just choose to wash it by hand because it gets cleaner sometimes. Like, the washers, they just sit there and tit, 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 tit. That wimpy ass agitation. What the hell is that doing? It's just sloshing around in some water. Washers really don't get our clothes as clean as we could get them on our own. I guarantee you. Yeah, I have this comforter, and it's a king size comforter, so it's relatively large. Will it fit in my washer? Yes. Do I like to wash it in there? Nah. You know why? Because I don't feel like my shit gets clean. It feels like it just sits there. How can it barely fits in the washer. So how could it possibly get clean? It's not even moving, flipping, flopping. Those washers that spin like this that are the front load, they might do a little bit better job. I don't know. I haven't really ever used one other than at the laundromat, and I think those are shit. So, but I prefer to wash that thing by hand. I will put it in my tub, y'all, and I will scrub it by hand. And then I will do like the people used to do and probably still do in places where they fucking live how you're supposed to live instead of how we're living. And I will get in there and I will step on that with my clean feet. Thank you. It's my shit. So shut the fuck up. And I will step on that to wring it out. And then I'll rinse it. And then I'll do it again. And because I don't have one of those cool wringer out machines, I will then throw it in my washer and put it on the spin cycle and put it in the dryer or hang it out online. Because you know what? Like, it gets clean when you get in there and scrub on it. So one of those old school timey washboards and wash tubs with the wringer, gold. If you have one of those, you have a treasure, my friend. Hold on to it, use it wisely. And if you know where to get one, let me know because look, y'all, telling you, I am going to be one of them little old ladies, like the oracle out in the middle of the fucking woods. When you get into town, you have to like find some fucking random crystal shop and ask about me because they don't have to tell you how to get to me, and it's going to be a journey, and there's going to be signs that say turn the fuck around, are you crazy, go back now, save yourself, do you see, type shit. Like, I'm not serious, I'm not joking, I'm so serious. I just aspired to be out of this society, y'all. I don't I don't fit, and I'm not supposed to fit. So I'm okay that I don't fit. But society is just not you, what the fuck? Bro, what the actual fuck is going on? Ever since I was young, I have always seen the world so differently than other people. And it has never ceased to amaze me how people perceive the world, how they perceive one another, how they choose to live, shit blows my mind. You know, the fact that people can just hate one another for the most minute and like ridiculous things. I just Yeah, we got to do better. We can do better. We deserve to do better for ourselves, for each other, for our future. Like, what the fuck, y'all? What in the actual fuck? Seriously. Seriously. I never, I always knew some crazy shit was going to go down in this world. I always knew it. I saw it. I always knew it was going to happen. But I really, truly, and this was my bad, but I really, truly didn't think that it was going to be in my lifetime that this shit was going to go down. And I thought to myself, if it does go down in my lifetime, it's going to be when I'm like old as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 years old, like ready to kick the can type shit, right? I really, really I never thought I would see this turn of events at this age in my life. And yet somehow part of me has always been like, so when the fuck is it about to happen? But like, here's the thing is like, it's happening. And it's one of those things that it's kind of like the Jack in the Box. You know how you're just like and you think it's gonna pop and you're like, hmm. And you know what? We think it's gonna pop at the at the pop goes the weasel part, but will it? Sometimes that jack pops up in the middle of the song. The motherfucker pop up when he feels like, whenever his little thing catches. You know what I'm saying? When the cog is placed properly in the machine. Yeah, I really just, I don't know, man. What are y'all thinking about out here in this world? Like, what do y'all think about the shit that's going on? The things that we see, humanity. How do you feel about that? Do you do you feel like humanity is lost? Do you feel like we can find our way? Do you feel like we can ever love one another? Like, do you think we can ever get rid of the everything is black and white division? It's crazy to me. And if people want to hate me for it, I honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. I really just fucking don't. Because what always has blown my mind is that the world is not just black and white, you know. It's not black and white at all, as a matter of fact. It's literally a million trillion bazillion colors, first of all. Second of all, what we always call so called black and so called white, so called races. Now, don't get me wrong, with the exception of the extremes, alabaster skinned people who are, in fact, pretty much chalk white, or the very dark Nubian people who are very much almost black, or in some cases, you could say black. Without, yes, there are the extreme black and white toned skinned people. Correct. However, when we speak in terms of generalities, let's say, we will see that the majority of people fall a little more into the center of that. From more of a peach color to a dark chocolatey brown. You see what I'm saying? Right? So, all of the people, though, in that range from very light to very dark, everyone in there is a different shade of what color? Yes, thank you. Right. I guess essentially we could say black since we do have people who are pretty much black. But brown, dark brown, dark brown. Every one of those fucking colors is a shade of dark brown. Even the peachy color is a shade of brown. Nobody who is considered to be white, with the exception to what we already talked about, which, by the way, I've yet to meet somebody who was actually white. Like, actually white. Even people who are albino, who are void of melanin, are a pinky color. Like, you see, it's like, stop it. Fucking stop it. And I get it. Like, yeah, bro, there has been fucked up shit that has happened in this world. Yes, the fuck there has. Like, we cannot deny that there's been fucked up shit that has happened in this world. And there has been fucked up shit that has happened in this world to everyone. That's not to deny anybody's um, plight, experience, existence, struggles, challenges, fucked up shits. It's just to say that we are not all okay with the fucked up shit that has happened in the world, no matter what our skin looks like. So when people want to love one another and want to unify with one another, want to stand together with one another, want to help one another, want to love on one another, let's embrace that. Let's celebrate that. And it doesn't have to be a big production. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, let's honor that. Let's embrace that within one another. Because in order to create change, we must be the change. We cannot expect change to happen when we're constantly putting ourselves back into the same energetic spaces. We can't say, well, if it was so and so, then this would happen. Or if it was so and so, then that would happen. Or when someone who looks like this says, well, I want to help, or I want to stand with these these set of people. And then this person on this side says, well, that set of people never did anything for us, for why should we do that? And it happens on both sides, by the way, mind you, because both sides hold very similar arguments to a certain extent. There's obviously variances in some of the arguments. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ignorant at the fuck all. So I'm not speaking from ignorance. I'm speaking beyond because I think that y'all are intelligent enough to comprehend a deep conversation without me having to constantly fucking backtrack and put disclaimers down my path. I really feel like if you are in you're here right now, because there's not a lot of you especially. You see what I'm saying? If you're here right now, you're not somebody who is a surface level thinker. So you're not going to allow something like that to be like, oh, well, she said this, like, she just, no, the fuck, no, fuck no. And that's one thing too, is that, there's different levels to life. We have to see things from an energetic space that is void of anything that is human, which not everyone is able to do. And I get that, you know, you'll get there. And then we have to also look at it from the human perspective because we are all being carried in these human vessels, you know? So there is a real life human experience that happens void of energetic life, void of the energetic side of things, because the energetic side of things is void of the human side of things. Do you see what I'm saying? But there's also obviously a mesh in between. It's like one of those Venn diagrams where it's like, whoa. I can't do a full circle in that thing, but y'all know what I'm talking about, the circles that connect. And so there is some overlapping between the energetic life that we live and the physical human life that we live. So we have it's imperative that we choose to see things as much as we can from the energetic standpoint, because the human standpoint is where they want you to be at. Because when you're trapped in the human standpoint, you're easier to control. You're easier to control because then they can start putting you into all these labels and categories, and they can start pressing emotions and all of the things, man. But when you can step out of the stance of the human perspective and aspect of things and look at it from an energetic perspective, you're able to see things very differently. And the importance of us together choosing to make new choices, choosing to make a new story so that his story or her story can be a better story. Because if we choose to continue to speak the same stories over and over again from experiences of past, what we're doing from an energetic standpoint now, not from the human aspect of it, but from the energetic standpoint of it, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves energetically back into that energetic space, and we are recreating it yet again. We're speaking it into existence. We're feeling it into existence. And those two things combined, look, can either be dangerous or good. Either way, they're powerful. Either way, they're powerful. But if we can change, if we choose to make consistent and conscious changes to say, okay, look, yes, X, Y, and Z has happened in the past, right? These things happen. We can't deny that. We can't discount that. We also can't fucking change that. Unless y'all know how to time travel. The only way I know how to time travel, though, is within my own self. So, unless you know some way that we together can go get in the delirium or some shit, the only thing we can do now in this human space is continue to make new changes, better choices, and do better. What? If you knew better, you'd do better? Well, we know better. So we got to do better. It's imperative. It's our duty. It's our duty to ourselves and to our future. Because if we choose better and we make better habits within ourselves and we create better, safer spaces with one another, if we cultivate real relationships with one another, because we make actual choices to say, look, excuse me, look at confirmation burp, y'all. Beyond what the past has happened, how do we move forward? Moving forward means when someone offers help and love and condolence, affection, um, the positive things, we don't push that person away and say, well, and fill it in the blank with something negative that is negative from a past experience that, mind you, and this is in no shape or form any way disrespect, but my generation, we didn't experience the actual act, we experienced the aftermath. But we're still experiencing the aftermath because all this time, look at how long it's been, and people are not making new choices. They're continuing to dig up the same energy, putting us all back into the same energetic spaces. But we are in a shift and we have the opportunity together to make new choices, new decisions. And when we do that, what happens when you make change? Change happens. But what happens when you continue to do things the same? That's right, y'all. The same happens. Does that make the past go away? Fuck no, we can't make that go away. We cannot. There is nothing that we can possibly do to ever make some shit that happened in the past go away. We can't. But what we can do is we can move forward with the right decisions. There's gonna be people who are going to fucking be against what I'm saying. There's gonna be people who, even if you're with me, there's gonna be people who are gonna stand against us. There's gonna be people who are gonna say, oh, you could never do that because those people are like that. Well, those people are like that. Well, those people are like that. People will point the finger at one another till the fucking cows come home, y'all, because humans have been categorized, labeled, and divided into so many things. It's so easy for them to just find a way to, instead of love one another, despise one another. I encourage you, and I hope you feel inspired to look for ways to love one another. And that's not to say that if a motherfucker is a piece of shit and treating you like trash and disrespecting you and wishing you harm or trying to harm you. I'm not saying that you look, I am not all love and light and fucking no. I am fully integrated. As a matter of fact, if anything, I am probably a dark feminine entity. I'm a dark feminine energy in the light. So there's like different sides to the light. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has dark and light in them, right? But have you ever seen the people that are all like, oh, Everything is wonderful. Rainbows and sunshine. There are really people in this world that are like that, and they're beautiful. They're like little fucking earth angels. We love them. We love them because they spread and ooze fucking love and joy, right? They're beautiful, but they're delicate. They're fragile, and they're vulnerable. They're very, very susceptible and vulnerable. So they need motherfuckers like me to protect them. We can only observe the past in order to make better choices. Facts, Velo. Facts. Facts. That is so true. And that's the thing. That's the takeaway from it, is that nothing we can do about what has happened. You know, what's happened has happened. And I would like to say, I would like to think, and you know, I could be extremely wrong about this, but I would like to think that the majority of humans are not okay with anything that has to do with slavery. And again, now this also connects a little bit with the NPC conversation that we were talking about earlier, and how there's entities that are literally here who are just like, they're fucking computer. They're just they're human bodies, but they're fucking bots, bro. They're not like us. They will push separate divisive fucking shit. They thrive on divide and conquer. You see what I'm saying? They they continue to push that. They work for the matrix. They continue to push that narrative. They continue to push the agenda of hate and division, and well, oh, well, they did this to you, don't you remember that? And oh, well, they hate you because you this, or they hate you because you that. Like, they will continue to do that for as long as we allow it. But you know what? I think I just answered my own question, because earlier I asked a question about a movie that may have shown this, but maybe I know the answer right now. And maybe the answer is, we dispel the bots in the certain categories by stop playing that version of the game. We stop playing into that shit. And when you stop playing into that shit, they don't have any fucking energy anymore. They can't exist in that. They can't thrive in that. It's like you know how uh in a video game, like, the video game, that room doesn't exist. It's just code until you walk into it. Then it exists. Then the chairs are there. Then the guys start coming, right? It's like that. If we choose to stop walking into certain spaces, we will stop seeing certain entities being able to even exist and coexist in our same space. It's all about making better choices with each other. Man, unity is so fucking key, y'all. Velo said, that's why I embrace all sides of me and become a spiritual warrior, not just spiritual. Facts. Truth, my friend. Truth. Hell yeah. I'm a fucking warrior too, man. I'm with you on that. I was born a warrior, bro. Was born like this. That's the thing. Like, I've changed in my life. I've gone through different fucking ebbs and flows, and I've gone through some pretty crazy ass shit. And I've done some crazy ass shit. We all have. We all have. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that those of us who are out here on a mission, like, we really be going through some crazy ass shit, because we have to see different aspects. You know how you said you embrace all sides of yourself? um that's a beautiful thing, because you're aware, and that means that you realize that there are different sides of yourself and different aspects of you. See, not everyone is aware to the fact that they have different aspects of themselves to even love and to embrace and to integrate, so that they can be really truly their authentic self. You know what I mean? um their most richest powerful version of themselves. And that's why I'm alone, because I stopped playing Monopoly board games. Yeah, for real. The whole system is a big Monopoly board game played with real people. It really is. And it really is. It really is. It's funny too because same with the money. What is the difference between the fucking money in our wallets and Monopoly money? They choose to take it. Mm. They say this one is good and that one's not. That one's printed on the wrong color paper, the wrong type of paper, you know? Like what? And that's the thing too. Excuse me. What's Lil Wayne say? That's the good weed. That's the whole system though. It's just a game. It's to keep people distracted. If they can keep you distracted, they can control you. They can suck off you. They can feed off your energy. They can feed off your emotions. They can feed off your traumas. They especially love if you would stay unhealed. If you would not heal those generational traumas that you've acquired since who knows how long ago. The same goes for men, by the way. The women carry it down through the egg, but y'all come from an egg too. So, the egg that your mom, that created you, your mom had inside of her. And then, your grandma had her egg that created your mom inside of her. She was inside her mom as a little, fetus. And the egg that created your grandma was inside, you know, you see what I'm saying? Same's for you. Y'all can carry that generational traumas too. And it's not like you even know what the fuck you're carrying. You're just carrying baggage. You don't even know what's in it. And what's crazy is you really can't ever fucking open the bag to dig through it. You just have to feel through it. You just have to allow yourself to process whatever emotions come up. Sometimes we get random ass emotions and we don't even know why we're feeling that way, right? You ever just had a day where it's like, for whatever reason, everything made you a little emotional? However, you deal with your emotions, whether it's, you cry or you get angry or you feel anxious, you know. You ever had a day where it's just like, it's this emotion comes out of nowhere? I don't know why I'm so on edge today. I'm so angry. I snapping at everybody for no reason, right? I mean, sometimes us women, we have that for a secular real a cycle a follicular reason for our cycle, because you know what I'm saying, because we be it's the hormones, bro. We get to a point where, you know what happens to women when they're PMSing. You want to know what happens to a woman? She turns into a man. She don't have no fucking patience for no shit no more. The veil thins, bro. I'm just kidding about she turns into a man. I'm just joking about that. Yeah. They could. Velo says they could just create a whole another system. You could use a rock and make a special stamp for it to make currency instead. No, for real. And that's the thing, though. Instead of cutting down trees to help us breathe. Oh, but let some of these fucking jokers tell the story. The motherfucking trees are what's causing so much carbon in the air, because you go, Let them tell the story. We have a carbon problem and we really need to get a hold of carbon, y'all. I mean, I don't know who this carbon person is. He's a motherfucking menace because they are really worried about carbon, but I'm going to tell you the carbon they really want to get rid of. Us. Us. We are carbon based beings. It's not too much carbon because, oh, the trees pull the fucking carbon in and put it in their roots and store it in the mycelium and store it in the ground. And they utilize it as needed. We don't have a carbon issue. They have a carbon issue because they don't want us around like that anymore. I mean, probably some if you'll. If you'll bleat. Not bleed, but bleat. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious, yeah. What the fuck, man? Do y'all just what the fuck? Y'all just ever have like what the fuck moments where you're just like, is this real? Do y'all remember have you ever seen Christ, the fuck? I've been watching so many movies lately, like I said, and I'm blanking out on the name. Oh, Thun, uh, good lord, child. But that's all, folks. Game of Thrones, y'all. Y'all ever watched Game of Thrones? Do you remember? I don't remember which one it is in, but she fucking shoots the arrow into the thing. Is it Girl on Fire or whatever? She shoots or Catching Fire or whatever it's called. She shoots the arrow into the thing. Two of my gems are hooked together, y'all. I'm just gonna stop fucking with it. I'm sorry. She shoots the arrow up into the motherfucking sky, and the sky is a fucking like, I don't know, a monitor, a computer monitor, or some type of shit, right? I don't know. Sometimes I think about shit like that. Like, what if there was some kind of monitor somewhere? You know, in these movies, they're always telling you some shit without telling you some shit, right? Velo, please, if you want to share it with us, maybe one of your most recent what the fuck moments. I would love to read it for the people because I feel like this is a bonding moment for all of us out here who experience these types of things because y'all are not alone in this world. Like, there's other weirdos out there like you, which, by the way, if you go look up the etymology of the word weird, please do. Please, when you're considering words, and I'm not perfect in this, mind you. I'm a work in progress. I'm forever learning. I am a student of life. So, I quote unquote fuck up sometimes too. But see, I look at perfection differently than many other people look at it because I look at everything as perfect because everything is divinely designed and working as it's supposed to, which is what? Perfect. Exactly. So even if something seems imperfect, is it not in fact how it's supposed to be? So it is perfect, right? That's it. It's not perfection. It's not like, oh, everything has to be perfect. Everything is perfect. It's our idea of what perfection is that is skewed. Okay. So it's about perspective, you know? It's really about perspective. But I just really would like to urge you after that rant to consider when you're considering words to check the etymology of them. I think that you may find sometimes that a word is not what you think it is, and you would not want to actually use it in the manner that you thought you were about to use it in. Truly. Um, Again, I strive to not use certain words in the context in which they are familiarly used, and which I used to use them because I was conditioned to use them that way without realizing I was conditioned to use them that way. Por ejemplo, the word care. The etymology of the word care is not what you would think. You would think that the word care meant, like, I don't know, to nurture, to love, to um I don't know, right? Care. You care about someone, you nurture them, you love them, you no, care does not mean that. Care means like sorrow and to uh now I'm like, I want to look up the actual exact etymology because I spoke on it, but maybe I wonder if can I do that? I don't think I can. But it means sorrow. It means sorrow. Yeah, go look up the etymology of the word care and read it for yourself. It is not what we think it is. So when you learn that, then you think of words like health care and child care and hospice care, and the etymology is longer than just sorrow. There's more to it than that, so please do go look it up because I can't recall all of it off the top of my head. Yeah, if I remembered every single thing about every single thing, I couldn't even imagine. When I tell you that I am a nerd and I am constantly like absorbing knowledge, I'm telling you. So if I remembered every single aspect of everything, if I remembered verbatim what that said, maybe I can do that, and I'm limiting myself. Damn, damn, damn it. I love aha moments, and at the same time, it's like, damn. Do better, Charlie. Do better. Do better. Yeah. These are just the moments. These are the moments to be alive, man. If you so choose, we will get to see a really great shift into something positive. This might be a little woo woo and out there for some people, but you know, if you're somebody who's noticed time moving excruciatingly fast, like, what the fuck type of fast? Holy shit. Like, y'all, days feel like moments. It's insane. Do you know it's already the 12th of January? January has already had 12 days in it. Yeah, it's 8:18 p.m. and the timer on my clock for the show said 011801. I just thought that was kind of dope. If y'all are into those types of like synchronicities, maybe check out eights and ones and find out what we just fucking saw and witnessed together because that's pretty cool. But can you imagine 12 days of the year, 12 days of this month? It's not the beginning of the year, by the way. That's why I don't do the whole happy day. But I think I already explained that last week. So catch me in the spring, y'all. Catch me in the spring. So I don't know if y'all like this a little bit better. I like sitting in this chill, moody vibe much better. I also very much enjoy sitting with y'all and just talking and bullshitting and politicking. And instead of attempting to bring people onto my show and structure some shit, I'm such a free flowing, right brained, excuse me, artist. Like, I am an artist, y'all. I am. My name is Melody Waters. Flow like water, you know? I'm free flowing. I don't work. I do. I can do it. It's not that I can't. I'm very capable of living in structure and I'm capable. I did it for a really fucking long time. Despise it. I despise it. I prefer not. I prefer to just live in the moment, exist. Also, to, like, just be fucking real and authentic with y'all. Like, and I feel like when I'm involving other people, like, if artists want to send their music to my show and they know how I talk, then cool. If they think that I'm bullshit and they are like, I'm not supporting that shit, fuck that. But like when I did the juice, it's like I have to uphold this, like, I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to uphold it. You said time is one of my, yeah, time is a what the fuck moment for real, for real. Time is a what the fuck moment because, okay, yeah, I'm gonna break it down. Grab you a water or a tea, something good for you, okay? If you can I just say something real quick? If you drink alcohol, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I will say one thing, two things, probably a few more things because I'll be talking. It's called spirits for a reason, okay? So just be mindful what you may be invoking when you are sipping on certain things, okay? And not here to tell you not to do it, but I would say that if you do and you really choose to partake, be mindful and don't overconsume and be mindful how often you consume because it does have a tendency to really keep people in a low vibrational state. And I know there are some people who claim that they need it for certain reasons or whatever the case may be. And I get that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life because you know your life, your path, your story, your thing, whatever. I don't. I smoke hella weed. So I don't like, I would, if someone told me to quit smoking weed, I'd be like, yeah, no. Um, so you see what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. I totally get that. They are two completely different energies, however, but still at the same time, again. And also it's not my place to ever judge. I don't like judging people for shit. Like I try really hard not to be a person who judges other people. And that's not to say that I never have, but if I do, I choose to correct myself and check myself. That's how we get better. You must be the change. So I'll be checking myself and correct, learn and grow and be a better and more powerful and amazing version of myself tomorrow, even than I am today. And today than I was yesterday. You see what I'm saying? Like always. I hope you do too, man, because we're supposed to change. Y'all ever seen that meme? You're supposed to change. And it's got the little butterfly on it. That's so freaking cute to me because for fucking real, you're supposed to change. You can't be a caterpillar forever, bro. Like, the fuck? Get your wings. Get your wings. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all. Uh, okay, so everyone get you a joint or get you a bowl. If you smoke blunts, that's cool. But again, because I love you, I'm gonna tell you that the tobacco, and it's not because it's tobacco, because tobacco in and of itself is actually not bad for us. Tobacco is not. in and of itself bad for people. What's bad for people in the tobacco is all the bullshit that they spray on it. That's the part that has the carcinogens in it. It's not the tobacco itself, it's the shit they spray on the tobacco. So, with that being said, if you grew your own tobacco and you didn't have a, if you chose not to spray the fucking hundreds of thousands of billions of chemicals on it that they fucking put on that shit, you'd be Gucci. Okay, so grab y'all a tea, a cup, a water, a joint. And let's chat about time. I'm gonna give y'all a little, just a little short rendition of the time thing that's happening right now, like the time shift, the time, what would you call it? I guess it's like a time shift though. Because okay, so y'all know what the X fit the infinity symbol looks like, right? It's like it's almost as if someone took a circle, right, and twisted it. Is it not? It's a figure eight. But legitimately, it's as if someone took a circle, a cycle, a circle, right? And twisted it. So now, here's the thing about that infinity symbol. Each side of that infinity symbol is a different side of that twist, right? Now, what we're on a certain side right now. Which side are we on? I don't fucking know. I have a tendency to feel like we're over here. I don't know. And this would be my right side in case I don't know how it's showing you. So, um I have a tendency to feel like for some reason like we're over here. Um but so you know how the center of the infinity symbol has like an X in it, right? Where it twists, right? In that X is a moment, a spark, just a moment in time where one will either shift back up into the loop to then be put back, like recycled, right? Or be accelerated up into the other side of the loop. So, right now, the reason that time is moving insanely fucking fast is because, and if you notice, it's getting like faster and faster. And I know. They say, oh, the older you get, the faster time goes because, you stop being able to just and stop and smell the roses. And you're always worried about the future and the past. And I get that. That's cute and that's cool and all. But the children are saying time is moving fast. So we can't use that same bullshit ass fucking excuse anymore. We can't keep repeating shit and expecting change. See, we have to start seeing things for what they really are. Do you have eyes? Do you see? Do you have ears to hear? And I know you have ears and I know you have eyes, but what I mean is, can you hear and can you see? Because if you hear my words in the right frequency, then you know what the fuck I mean. Now, we are reaching the center of that X at an exponential rate. It's an X. So think about how an X is, right? If you're on a slope, what's going to happen? The closer you get to that apex, that fucking that that intersection, you're you're going to start going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. When a snowball rolls down the hill, it doesn't lose speed as it goes down the hill. Have you ever seen something lose speed as it went down a hill? No? Me the fuck either. Okay? So, the closer we get to the center of this X, the faster the time is moving, right? When the time is moving this quickly, it is imperative that we are making proper choices in the correct direction. Where do you want to be? You get to choose because it's already there and the shift is already happening. The shift is already happening. So you must choose what you give your attention to. You must choose because when you pay attention, you are energetically paying with your attention and your energy. Your energy is being put into something. What are you choosing to put your energy into? What are you choosing to consume? I'm not talking about even just what are you putting into your mouth. What are you choosing to consume with your eyes? What are you choosing to consume with your ears? What are you choosing to consume with your mind? What are you reading? Are you reading? Are you picking up a fucking book? Or are you only reading social media posts? Do you only scroll through TikTok all day? And when you do scroll through TikTok, what are you watching on TikTok? What is your algorithm feeding you? Because that's what it's doing. It's called a feed, isn't it? Because they are feeding you. So, what are you eating? Right now, it is imperative to be mindful of the choices that you are making. And this is in all aspects of your life. Because as you enter the center of that X, are either going to be recycled back into this shit. And as you can see what the fuck's going down over here. Or, hear me out, even if I'm fucking wrong, what harm can it do for a bunch of people to be doing positive and putting positive energy out into the world right now? Exactly. What good could it do, though, is the question I'd like to ask you. But I'm not wrong. So, energetically, you get to choose where you'd like to be. Do you want to continue on the path that we have seen for so long? Have you ever noticed how everything just keeps getting recycled over and over and over again? We're so technologically advanced, we're so civilized, yet something made in 1950 would still be around today. Sometimes motherfucking shit we buy in this day and age might not last it through the week. It might not last through the week. They want you to get a new phone every year because they actually create the phones to start snapping. Like not literally snapping, but I'm saying they start the fucking the operating system starts losing its shit. The updates start including crashes for the old fucking systems so that you'll buy a new one. If you bought a phone, if you my mom has a My mom has an old ass fucking phone. She's got a couple of old ass fucking phones that were just from the 80s or the 70s, and they're still working, still good. You can't say the same thing about the quality of products for today. So you mean to tell me that in all this time, all this technologically advanced fucking shit that we are, our shit has gotten cheaper, junkier, more breakier? Get the fuck out of here. And yes, I said breakier. I know that's not a fucking word. I don't give a shit. I make up my own words. I say what I want to say, okay? So breakier is a word right now, and you can use it too. Because the fuck? Come on. They just keep, you know what's crazy? Not only do they recycle the shit, but they give it back to us recycled at a lower value and a higher price. And I'm not just talking about money when I say a higher price. But the actual value and quality, shit, garbage, trash. Fuck out of here. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's always been bullshit. As soon as they started feeding us conveniences, what's a con, y'all? You want to be conned? I don't want to be conned, but they feeding us cons all the fucking time. Conveniences. It's in the fucking name. Prefix con. Hmm. What does that mean? It's a trick. It's a fucking trick. Y'all, if you don't currently right now, learn how to bake some bread. And you know what? Do even better than I did because see, I learned how to bake bread with the shit from the flour off the shelf, unbleached flour, but still flour out of a bag off the shelf. Do better than me even. Cuz I didn't start this way. But you don't have to stay where you start, you know what I'm saying? But start anywhere. But I'm just encouraging you, you know what I'm saying? M- Get some fresh milled flour and learn how to make bread with fresh milled flour because it's going to be a little bit different than the stuff on the shelf, but it's better for you and it has nutrients in it. It has nutrients in it. And if you can get it from like a fucking one of these like, websites where they like, work with local farmers and shit like that, you can get good stuff that's not sprayed with a bunch of bullshit like glyphosate. But if you don't know how to bake bread, learn how to bake bread. If you don't know how to can food, learn how to can food. I'm gonna learn how to can food this. I've been learning how to do as much as I can with my own hands in my own kitchen. And I encourage you, and I hope you feel inspired to do the same. Learn some skills. Learn how to build some shit. Learn how to start a fire. Learn how to build yourself a little shelter. Put together a bug out bag with some snacks that are, you know, long longevity. And I'm not talking about some bullshit that just has a bunch of preservatives in it, so it has a long shelf life. I'm talking about like, some nuts, maybe a little pack with dried beans and rice in it or something. You know, put some bottles of water in there. Couple extra pieces of clothing, a couple, roll it up, pair of sweatpants or fucking fucking utility pants. A few pairs of socks. Your feet are important. Always make sure you take care of your feet. And just know, like, man, it might be really tough, but there's going to be people out there that will, some of our, gosh, like military people. Have you ever seen the movie Divergent? There's a part in that movie where the um what are they called? The guys who jump around off the fucking buildings and shit. The girl, she's one of them. So those guys. I can't think right now off the top of my head what the hell they're called. Dauntless. That's what they're called. Dauntless. Um, so the Dauntless all get injected with the tracker. Remember? They're like, oh, this is a tracker. But in all reality, they were injecting them with like a fucking serum, right? That basically put them under control, or transmitter, I guess is what they explained it as. Anyways, it put them under control of someone else. Essentially, what they showed us was a MK Ultra, right? So, what are they telling you in that movie if they have the militant sector being injected with something that allows their brains to be controlled? Exactly. I don't even have to tell you. I know you know. So, with that being said, here's the thing though. Some motherfuckers are divergent, so not everyone can be controlled like that. So, are all military people MK Ultra? Yeah. Did it all stick? No, hell no. There's divergence. Did they all live through that? I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. I hope that some of the divergent military would have lived through whatever. I don't know how that works in the real military, if it's like how they show you in the movie, where it's like they figure it out because you are different. You perceive differently, you solve differently, you move differently, you speak differently, you act differently, you fucking learn differently, you excel extremely quick amongst your class, and people be looking at you like you're a fucking strange ass, like you're a weirdo, and you are weird. Go look up the etymology of the word weird and you will agree. Your motherfucking magical ass. But anyways, so with that being said, just be mindful that out here we don't know what is going to happen in this time shift, because there's still a little bit left, and it's like panic mode, you know? Certain entities don't want to lose what they feed off of. They don't want to lose what they feed off of, especially because you bring more babies, babies. So, with that being said, we definitely have to be mindful of the choices that we make and make sure that we are making choices that are taking us in the direction that we want our life to go. Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to be? Do you want to live in a world that is filled with love? Do you want and that's not to say that just because the again, yeah, I'm not that light and love type. Yeah, light and love, yeah, but light and love is not the um there there's duality. I am very much duality. There is more to it than just one thing. We have to look beyond that. People have these misconceptions of like, oh, if you're somebody who's considered to be someone who's positive or peaceful or light and love, what is that shit? Again, there are some earth angels out here who are just like fucking like, oh, and everything is just, they're just rose colored glasses. I believe they call that, they see the world through rose colored glasses. There's people out here like that. Hell yeah. But that's not reality. That's not everyone's reality. You're not meant to be all the same. If we were meant to all be the same, then what the fuck? What good would that be if we were all exactly the motherfucking same? That shit would be trash. I don't want to be like everybody else. We're all different little pieces, different little versions, you know? That's the beauty of us, though. We that's one thing too. It's like we we find we find all the ways we possibly can to divide ourselves, and we look at it as if it's a negative. Oh, you're this way, and you're that way, or you're that way, and you're this way, and you do this, and you do that, and cool. That's beautiful. Why is that a bad thing? Why aren't our differences beautiful and celebrated? Because you have skills, talents, strengths, experiences, opinions, all that to share with the world that I don't have, and she doesn't have, and he doesn't have, and they don't have over there. You see what I'm saying? Each single one of us, not a single solitary one of us, is the same in any way. In any way. Everything about us is different. We are completely coded to be this divine, unique entity. I'm glad you're different too. I'm glad you're not a follower too. And I'm glad you have your own mind and think for yourself as well, man. That's a beautiful fucking thing. That's a beautiful fucking thing. And you know what? I want to say, um, I feel like what Minnesota's going through right now, it's some crazy shit and it's a lot. And pressure makes diamonds. So I just really know that on the other side of this, there's going to be a lot of people who awaken to more of their own remembrance of who they are. We're going to see a mass awakening behind this because everything that they try to do, they just keep. You know, it's beautiful, y'all. Keep fucking shining, keep rising, keep accelerating, keep ascending, keep bettering yourself, keep healing yourself, keep loving on yourself, keep going, keep living for your happiness. Keep being true to yourself, keep being authentic to yourself, keep choosing you and what makes you happy. Keep loving on the people around you, you know? Keep making better choices every time. Because one of the things that's beautiful about life and about choice is that you always have the choice. Because at any moment, you get the opportunity to make a change, make a new choice, make a new decision. Like, even in the moment, you can change your own perspective, change your own opinion, decide, you know what? I'm not going to speak like that anymore. You know what? I'm not going to feed that energy anymore. I see you and I'm not feeding you anymore. At any moment, you could be in the middle of a conversation and somebody could say something to you. And if you allow yourself to be open minded and open to change, if you allow yourself to be open minded and open to change, you can actually change your entire opinion, perspective, just by allowing what that other person has said to really like hit you. You know what I'm saying? If you really allow if what they're saying is like resonating. I'm not saying like everything somebody says is motherfucker. But what I'm saying is some people are so close-minded that someone can really be bringing them church and they will fucking shut it down because it doesn't align with past and what they've always known, what they're conditioned to fucking continue to believe. But here's the problem with conditioning is that it's been fucking passed down for so long. But how's that been working? How's that been working for you? How's that been working for the world? Not so fucking good, if you ask me. Not so fucking good, if you ask me. So maybe instead, it's time that we individually and collectively start making better choices in our own life. Because when you start making better choices in your own life, then you'll start making better choices outside. And when you start making better choices in your own life, your reflection beams out into the world and it shifts the energy. So you start affecting in a positive way the energies around you, allowing them to also shift and create change. And that is something that is a beautiful contagion, if you ask me. That's a contagious I can handle. The powerful, beautiful shift of positive energy. Yo. Imagine how much negativity spreads and how easily it spreads. If negativity can spread like that, then so can positivity, so can love, so can change. We can shift the energy where we choose. It's our choice. It's our choice. At any moment, you get to make a choice. It's cool. Vila, what is your spirit animals? Yeah, I have some spirit animals for sure. I said, what is your spirit animals? And that, you know, please don't mind the improper English. It's how I speak, and it doesn't it doesn't what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't account to my intellect. It doesn't equate to my intellect. So please don't think that I am gonna give a fuck if you think I'm stupid because I said some shit like that. That's how I talk. I'm smart as fuck. So are you. So stop allowing other people to define you and just be yourself. I have I've been seeing some posts lately that I'm choosing not to I'm choosing this is energetic choices. This I'm gonna give y'all an example. And then I'm gonna wrap this up before my freaking shit dies here. And I don't have my charger over here. um this is what was I gonna say? Shit. The energetic shift. What was it? Da, 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 da. I don't remember what it was, so I'm also not supposed to talk about it. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Uh, that or maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe it'll come back to me. Hello, baby, come back. I was wrong, and I just can't live up to. And baby got me. Shit, yeah. I hate when that happens when I'm gonna say something and then I get derailed. But I have learned that a lot of times what happens is we get derailed from something that either it's not the right time to say what we're gonna say, or we're not supposed to say what we're gonna say, or that's pretty much it. It's like it's not the right time to say that, or it's you're not supposed to say it at all. Like okay. Like I was gonna be vague with it, but all right. Mm-mm. Be quiet. Like okay, yes, sire, yes, sire. Yeah, I had a fabulous evening tonight with you guys. We did a lot of bullshit and politicking, and I'm probably carried on and ranted like a crazy person, but that's okay, because this is who I am. Um, Melody motherfucking Waters. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to send me some music, I still am taking music. Oh, I should have put my little banner up so y'all could have seen my banner. It's my little support banner. It's like, hey, if you wanna give me some music. It still says the juice, so just disregard that part. Yeah, I'll change the shit later. You as well, Velo. Gratitude. Peace to you. Send me some music, sir, please. Right there on the ticker, it tells you how to send me the music to the juice bookings at gmail.com. I'd love to have some of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Play some of your music. So please, sir, send me some of your art. I love y'all, man. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. So if you watched me on Facebook, you can watch me there again. And if you watched me on YouTube, I'll see you back, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to try to play a song, but I'm on my phone and it's been acting crazy like that. So I don't know. We'll see if it'll let me play. Hopefully, yes, but you know what? If not, I apologize. Yeah, I just, yeah. I've been trying to let's see what song am I gonna play here? Boo boo doo. I'm not gonna sing for y'all, don't worry. Ooh, let me see if I can play this Imade song. Okay, Imade. All right. See if I play. Oh, snap. I love y'all. Peace.
All these circles, constantly we're going in circles. Trying to prove whoever is hurting more. 1 minute I'm mad, war, the minute I'm next to you. Don't know how you got me glued. Since forever I've been stuck on you. Every time I wanna say I'm through, you always find a way to change my mood. Cause I'm such a fool for you. Can you stand you cause you know I need you? Tell you leave when I really need stay. We could never be enemies cause we know it's alright. for you.